back, guys. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much for always watching my videos. You guys are just the best. To my new subscribers and the people who are watching me for the first time, feel most welcome, and this is where we roll. So we've been talking mostly about cultural practices, and most in these these weeks mostly I've been talking about some cultural practices in Africa. I've talked about circumcision, I've talked about FGM, female genital mutilation. If I told you haven't watched, kindly go back to my video and make sure that you watch, and also remember to subscribe. We've talked about, I've touched on witchcraft just a bit. I've touched on night runners. Yes, night runners in Africa, which is very rampant in some parts of African communities. Yes, I've talked about that. So today I just wanted to talk extensively about witchcraft, the use of magic, of black magic in Africa. And in witchcraft, what I can say, witchcraft can be bought. In some people, you will find that there are people who are not born into witchcraft family, or that they don't have that blood of witchcraft. So they can buy. Witchcraft can also be bought. And in buying them, what I mean in buying them is that you go maybe to somebody who can administer witchcraft activities, or can, can do the witchcraft things. You could just go to them, a witch, and then there are things that she or he is going to do in Kenya, or in Africa, or rather in Kenya we say waganga. Yes, so we have waganga and we have wachawi. Muganga in Kenya is like a native doctor. Mchawi is now a witch. Yes, so you can go to these people and they can teach you how to practice witchcraft. And in most cases, witchcraft is always evil. Black magic is always evil. It's always evil. I've never seen anything good that always comes from witchcraft. It's always evil. And at the same time, witchcraft can also be inborn. There are other communities, or rather there are other families or people that are born into witchcraft. Maybe the mother was a witch, or the dad was a witch, or maybe both. Because in most cases you'll find that a witch attracts a witch. You see, a witch attracts a witch. Just like I had already said, a night runner attracts a night runner. You cannot marry a night runner if at all you're not a night runner, or you don't practice night running. So if at all you don't practice night running, maybe you're not born into that night running family, you can be taught. So that's the same with witches. If at all you're not born into the witchcraft family, you can be taught. Yes, maybe it has come, maybe you want to get married, and maybe your partner, one of the partners, is not a witch. So they're not compatible. And for them to be compatible, that means that one of them must cross over. And it's always the person who is not a witch must cross over to the person who is a witch, so that at least they can become compatible, so that they can even give birth instead of in a family. Because in most cases, without that, you cannot conceive. For a lady, you cannot conceive. So they just have to teach you. This family have to teach you how to become a witch. So witchcraft can be bought. And in buying, I mean that you can be taught how to become a witch, or it can also be inborn. And these witches, they always cause disturbance and nuisance to the entire community, And we have different types of witches. We have witches, and in my native language, it's called Juok. So we have witches that are only specialized in, like, most of the ladies, or rather the women, they only specialize in causing harm to people through looking at them. Maybe if you look at them, what do I mean by looking at them? Maybe you are eating something. Like in my community, you cannot just go and start eating aimlessly. You just walk in the, you're just walking around, maybe in the market, and you just eat. You just start eating. No, in my community, you don't do that. You cannot just go and start eating aimlessly, even at people's places, houses, and you just start eating. No, there's some homestays that people know that even in fact, even you, as a child, you're being told in such and such a homestead, even if you're told to eat, don't eat. Yes, because there is a way in which they can they can harm you through that food that you are eating. But just by looking at you, they just do the magic and everything just backfires on you. The food that you are eating is going to cause harm on you, but others, you'll find that the others I will be eating, and it's not even going to cause harm on you. But you, the person that is eating that food, is going to cause harm to you just by looking at you while eating. There's a way in which they I don't know, they look at that food that you are eating, and that food becomes poisonous. For those people, the African community that I'm talking about, you know these things. Yeah, you know these things. For the people maybe like from the western part, from I don't, how can I put it, who are not Africans, it's hard to get what I'm trying to say. Yeah, but for people who are from Africa, and especially more so for people who are from my community who are watching this, you know what I mean. Just by looking at the food that somebody is eating, it always causes harm to that person, and you'll have constipation, you'll just have stomach ache, and you might even die if at all not treated. And this thing, if at all somebody has just bewitched you, you cannot be treated in the hospitals. There are no drugs that can treat you. You just have to go to a native doctor who is going to administer some treatment for you and on you for you to get better. And in the administration of these treatments, there's a concoction that you're going to be given that is going to provoke, what do you call it, vomit. It's going to make you vomit each and everything that you eat. And when you're vomiting the things that you're going to eat, what are going to come out from your mouth, or rather from your stomach, are worms, live worms, those white ones, maggots. Let me say, yeah, maggots, not worms, maggots. You are going to vomit over the maggots. The maggots are going to come out. These are the same maggots that this person is going to, like, when the person is bewitching you, there's a way in which he's transferring those things, the maggots, inside that food that you are eating, without even you realizing or even seeing. Yeah, they just have superpowers that do that, and mostly these things are done by women. Yes, they are normally done by women. They are the women, the ones that normally do that, because you'll find that in most places, or in some homes, maybe when they have seen that this person, maybe a witch is coming, maybe the woman is a witch and is coming to maybe a homestead or something of that sort, and people are busy eating, you'll find that the doors are being closed, or rather, this person who is a witch is going to be forced to eat from the plates, or to eat whatever these people are eating. You just find that even if the person is coming, people will be like, oh, so and so, you've come, you just come, and people are busy, are eating, why can't you just join us and eat? This guy must eat, because if at all she's not going to eat, she's going to bewitch this food, and she's going to bewitch the kids, that the kids or whoever is going to will be eating this food. So instead, since the host doesn't want that to happen, he or she is going to force this person to partake in the eating of that food, so that she doesn't cause any harm through the food to the kids or to whoever is eating. So that is what happens in the villages. Or rather, if at all maybe you don't want to be, maybe you'll find, if at all you find people that who are eating in the market, or even they're just eating in open, or they're just eating openly, you find that these people, there's something that has been done to them. You just go to a native doctor, and after going to this native doctor, there's some medicine that the native doctor is going to administer to you through cutting. There is going to prick like your arms, if at all it is your arm, your wrist. The person is going to prick using what do we call it, a razor blade. A blade is going to do some maybe tiny cuts, maybe 2 or 3. maybe on your wrist, or maybe on your neck, or maybe even on your ankle or leg. Yeah, just some small cuts. Then the person is going to take this what do you call it, the concoction. They are like powdered in form, they are powdery. The person is going to take them, the native doctor is going to take them, and then she or he is going to administer the potion on those cuts. So if at all this person is, if at all you, maybe you come into contact with these witches, and you are reaching, it's not even going to affect you. In fact, it's going to backfire. And in most cases, you'll find that it's going to go back to that person who is trying to bewitch you. So if you're told maybe I'm eating and that such treatment has already been administered to me, you'll find that instead of me getting harm, it is that person who is trying to harm me, who is trying to bewitch me, who is going to be get the harm that she was supposed to be inflicting on me. So it's going to go back to that person. And in most cases, you find that through going back to that person, through backfiring, the witching activities, through backfiring, going back to that person, you find that the person is going to be affected in terms of the eyes. The eyes are not going to see. Their eyes will be like watery. It will be like somebody has poured, what do you call it? Pepper. Chili, chili. Somebody has poured chili on your face, because they normally use their eyes to bewitch people. They normally there's a way in which they just blink their eyes and everything is just set. You just get affected. So the same eyes that the person is going to be using is the same eyes that is going to be affected in case the witching activities, the activity has backfired. So you'll find that this person is going to be like kind of blind or something, semi-blind, let me say, like semi-blind, because there's this person that I know in the village. So there were a lot of things that were taking place in that village, maybe mining and such. So there's this person, he was like a guy, he just came to do some work and then go back to his village, but mostly he lived in Mombasa. Mombasa is also a part of Mombasa is in Kenya, Africa. For those people who don't know, I'm being watched by people throughout the world. Yes, thank you. So this guy came to work in a certain village in my community, in my village. So when he came to work, he went and bought a soda. So when he was taking this soda, this witch of a lady came and tried to bewitch him. It is like a driving force. It is like something that is driving you to go to do it. It's just like something that is driving you. Yeah, however much you're trying to resist it, but it's just driving you. So is eating. Why can't you do something about it? Why can't you just bewitch him? So it is like a driving force. So this lady came and found and saw this guy taking soda. Do you know what she did? You can, yes, that is what she did. She tried to bewitch him. But since this guy had already gotten that treatment that I was talking about, yes, he had already gone to a native doctor, and he had those cuts that I was talking about in that concoction, the powdery concoction, they are administered on the wrist. So that means that nobody could even bewitch him. So you can imagine what happened. It backfired on her. It backfired on her, and instead of the boy being affected, it returned back to the offender, let me say offender, to that lady who wanted to bewitch him. So that there and then the lady just started screaming, my eyes, my eyes, my eyes, somebody help me, my eyes, I cannot see. So when the boy realized that this is what had happened, because he knew when the lady started screaming, he knew that so this lady wanted to bewitch me, and it has already backfired on her. On her. So what should I do? I want to punish her. The guy just got out of that place and traveled back to wherever he was staying. That is Mombasa. So it was like and he was a stranger in that village. So it was the family of this lady tried to look for this guy, because he was the only person who could revive whatever was going on, who would help that lady. Yeah, he was the only one. So if at all it has, that thing has already backfired, the witching activities has backfired on you, the only person who is supposed to be helping you is that person that you are trying to harm. That is the only person that you can go back to and try to revive whatever was being done, whatever had already been done. So this guy was just wanted to like what do you call it, just wanted to punish her. So after doing that, the guy just traveled back to Mombasa, wherever he was coming from. So this lady tried up and down together with the family to look for him until he was found. When he was found, the lady, the guy demanded a ransom, because he was like, okay, so you wanted to kill me. Now it has backfired on you. It is now you're the one who is being affected. You wanted to kill me, so you must do something. So the lady had to pay this guy. Yes, she had to pay this guy, so that at least she would go back to normal. She would get her sight back. And that is what happened. She went, she paid the guy, and there were some things that were done, and everything was just okay. So that is what normally happens. If at all you want to like stay away from these witches and not get bewitched and something of that sort, what you need to do first of all is go to these native doctors. And after going to these native doctors, they're going to administer that treatment on you. They're going to have some pricks on your wrist, or maybe on your neck, or even on your feet. Then they administer that concoction or that powdery stuff on those cuts. So that means that anybody who tries to harm you will never harm you in terms of maybe the witching when you are eating. Nothing will happen to you. Instead, the person who is trying to harm is the one who is going to be affected. It's going to go back to that person. And another way of trying to stay away from these witches, so that at least you don't even get affected with, even if this person is trying to like bewitch you or something, it's like taking the eye pencil. I think you all know what an eye pencil is. The one that we normally use for makeup and such, to draw the eyebrow. Is the eyebrows? Yes, the eyebrows. Just take it and then you try to like just draw some lines. Draw some lines on your face, on the eyebrows. So when you draw some lines on the eyebrows, this is so much common with people living along the coast, because the coast is also full of the maginis and such, something of that sort. Maginis are just evil spirits. So that is how they normally do it. You just take the eye pencil. After taking the eye pencil, just draw you use it to draw some marks on the eyebrows, on your eyebrows. And so by doing so, it's going to like discourage this person from bewitching you. So even if you are eating and you have those marks on your face, it's going to like discourage this person. Even if this person is trying to bewitch you and something to cause harm on you, she is going to be discouraged. It's not going to come out, because she will be trying, but nothing is going to be coming out. She's just going to be discouraged. So those are the only two ways to avoid being bewitched by these guys, these ladies, because mostly the people who normally bewitch people using the food that you are eating are ladies. The men don't do that. The men mostly they do the night running activities. But when it comes to bewitching you in terms of maybe whatever you are eating, this is the ladies' work. This is the ladies' work. But in some places you find that some people end up not even not even having that. Even if you've been born in a in these families that practices witches, but you are so strong you have this strong feeling, Christian values, you have very strong feelings when it comes to Christianity or something of that sort, or you want to change and your ways and mend your ways. You find that even if if you are told you go to church maybe and give your life to God, or you get saved, let me put it that way, and give your life to God, you are not going to be among those people who are witching. It's going to come out, and your generation and anything and your next of kins, you are not going to be affected. Your lineage is not going to be affected by that, because by doing so, by surrendering yourself maybe like to church and to God, is going to get that evil. It's because it's always like an evil spirit that had been inflicted in you through birth. So when you go to church, especially these people who are so prayerful, you'll find that you are not going to be among them. So even if maybe your family members practices witches, but you don't want to believe in that, you want to go to church and do something of that sort, just go to church and you get being prayed for, and everything is going to be okay. For The Africans, I know you know what I'm trying to say. So this is just part one. Yes, when it comes to cultural practices and stroke witchcraft in Africa. We're still going to talk more about it because I don't want it to go too far. We're still going to talk about it tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to have a continuation of witchcraft. So till here, if at all you've been watching till here and you haven't subscribed, please do the needful. Share, and remember to like, and also remember to leave a comment. And remember to tell a friend to tell a friend. So till then, let's meet tomorrow for part 2 of witchcraft. Bye.